Welcome, my people. Welcome back to another episode of Turning. Today's the 16th of March, 2025, and I'm turning 24 today. We're a bit late on the recording. I was a bit tired yesterday, so I decided to just postpone this one. But yeah, we're back for another episode. The last year has been, I say it every year, but this year's been crazy as per usual. The setup's a bit different. I think that's the first thing you'll notice, because I'm no longer in Johannesburg. In my previous video, I said, who knows where I'll be next year? The answer to that question was Witbank. We posted Imalahleni side. You know what's happening. You know who it is. You know how it is. You know where it is. And yeah, that is probably the biggest thing that has happened to me over the past year, is that I had to move out. I had to move to Witbank for the year. So come with me as we unpack the past year of my life. Basically, obviously I had my internship last year. The first year of working was a bit hectic, no lie. Like, I feel like just getting used to the fact that you're not seeing your friends every day, you've got a job, you've got responsibilities. It's a bit heavy. It's a bit hectic as well, It's not as fun. Life isn't, the memories of being unemployed are second to none. So I feel like that was a big adjustment last year. And to be honest, it's continued a bit this year. I'm no longer doing like what I enjoy in terms of like pharmacy. I'm currently working at Clarinet Clinic. I'm just like the lone pharmacist there. It's just me. So that's it's cool. I get a lot of free time. I can read a lot of books. I can like watch podcasts and stuff. So that's like the fun side of it. But I mean, the work isn't difficult. It's not hard or anything. So I mean, sure, at least like that's like solid. But I mean, I enjoyed my work last year working at Azochem. It was a hectic setup, but it was very enjoyable. I learned a lot. Shout out Dischem Randfontein for picking me up. I needed them, man. I was worried where my hours were gonna come from, and eventually they pulled through. Shout out the Dischem staff, and they paid me as well, more than my salary at Azochem, so bless up. Otherwise that the year went on, as per, and I don't know if moving here was the biggest thing that actually happened to me now that I think of it, because another thing that I mentioned in the previous video, I got married. Yeah. So, you can come into frame, lovey.
That's what I was trying to say from the camera. I was like,
I got married.
That's not the biggest thing that happened to you.
Okay, it's big. Moving in here was big because I moved in with Salma. Bless up. The biggest blessing in my life.
Speaking to the fans.
Yeah, the fans must
don't know.
No, I don't. Yeah, maybe if they don't know, they're gonna call me a youth in the comments.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if I have Slama viewers.
I should have put on a scarf.
Yeah, but so that was probably the biggest change that happened in my life. Having to really switch from just being like a young gent, and you have to really switch up and try to say who's the man that I want to be, not just in a marriage. Now it's about running a household. How we finna do this. So it's been a really cool task to navigate. I've been really trying to be submersive in the experience. But it's definitely been a learning curve. I feel like my patience is tested, and so is hers. And I feel like it's made me a better person at the end of the day. I feel like I'm more empathetic. I feel like I'm a gentler human being, and it's something that I only want to work harder on. So bless up, shout out my beautiful wife. I love you, dearie. But yeah, otherwise, I feel like as much as I'm excited about this year and getting paid and all that, my eyes are firmly set on next year. I really do want to go back into industry. Ideally a production role, but I'm gonna do this QA course. Who knows where that'll or lead me. Maybe I'll do a young RA course as well. I really want to dive back into industry, man. Who knows where I'll be though? Maybe Kovlin can pull some strings for me. We'll see. But yeah, man, it's exciting times, but you know, I'm taking this year as like a nice little step away from everything and everyone. But you know, distance is making the heart grow fonder. You know, I really miss my people back home, man. I miss my family dearly. You know, I just phoned them before this, and you know, I really do yearn for them, and just the proximity to them, and like my friends that you know you take for granted when you can just that you could literally just see them on a random day. But now it's like, you know, I have to make plans when I come back home, and I have to be really intentional about what I do. So that's also another thing I gotta just try and navigate. But it's been really enjoyable, you know. Past year, you know, it's tough. You feel like you're stagnating a bit because it's when you grow up, you know, there's obviously like levels and there's growth and it's instant and it's very visible. But now it's very much like, okay, now you're just like employed, but like where are you going with everything? You know, it's the next step is how do we take it up a notch? You know, how do we really flip everything on its head? You know, that's the next step. But I feel like I got to learn and do a lot more learning and as I said, being like immersive in the experience of not just the industry that I'm in, but the world and the society that I'm in. You know, I want to flip things over. So who knows where we'll be this time next year. But all I can say is that the past year was a really cool experience, man. I feel like in the past, when I'd speak about the past year, I would describe it as exciting and the greatest year of my life. I'll be real, like becoming an adult, like it stops getting that. I didn't have that excitement, but it's definitely, I can see that I'm progressing towards something that, but it's not necessarily dopamine hit, you know, dopamine hit, you know. It's definitely, I'm seeing something. I just don't know what it is. I don't know where I'm going, but I do know that I have the tools and everything at my disposal. I feel like I'm in a very good spot right now, you know. I feel like marriage has had a big part to play in that. I don't feel like I don't want to say like I'm a boy, but you know, it's like there's certain things that come with it, the mentality of being a husband and trying to step up in that sense. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity. I feel like it's that in particular has put me on a really good platform to just spring forward. You know, I don't have that to worry about and all the bachelor struggles that you get when you're younger. So yeah, I'm excited for the next 365 if we're able to see it, inshallah. Rest in peace to Sarah Vanka. You know, her death was like a very stark reminder to me. You know, I just think of her and the bubbly personality she was, and how maybe she was always thinking of the next Ramadan. You know, bless up, we're in the middle of that right now. I'm fasting currently. You know, and just to think that she never got to see another one. And, you know, I could be in the same place. Any of us could be in the same place, but, you know, all praises are due to God at the end of the day. So, rest in peace to Sarah. And yeah, man, I miss you dearly, homie. Salma, anything else that I should add to the video? Should speak about? All my family are alive. Shukr. Alhamdulillah. All my friends are alive. So, I ain't got much to complain about. But, you know, we just posted up here in the location in Witbank. Got myself a credit card. I guess that's like a sign of being old. Bought myself a dishwasher and a washing machine. We old up here. Any recommendations? What would you speak about? Any questions?
I think you've covered everything.
I think I've covered everything. So, yeah, I feel a bit isolated being out here in Witbank, but I feel like I've taken great steps this year to try my best to learn and to read and to learn as much as possible. And I feel like I've taken that in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do in Joburg. I'm obviously spending a lot more money now the fact that like I have to live by myself or not with my parents and stuff isn't covered like that. Shout out Rent. Shout out Tani Hiliana and Elias and all the men here. But yeah, man, who knows where the next year will end us up. I thank you all if you've watched this far, maybe like 2 of you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm praying for every single one of you. I love every single one of you. Yeah, to the moon, baby. Let's get it. 2026, we're coming. But 2025, let's wrap it up. Mwah.